A few deaf beats and rhymes. John Kasich and Cruz say see you later, 11 months after Trump entered on an escalator. After a dozen debates that made him whole, 10 months after leading in his first national poll. 16 rivals tried to stop him. $75 million in ads couldn't block him. Dozens of contests in which he couldn't be beat. And the seemingly infinite late-night retweets. All of these obstacles did Trump outlive. And after Indiana, at last, the billionaire is presumptive. Whew, that's not bad, right? Okay. At this hour, we're waiting for John Kasich to speak in Columbus, Ohio. Mark, we're going to look at what has happened in the last 24 hours from 360 angles and more tonight, but let us start with this. Is this just real life, or is it fantasy? How did Donald Trump do this?
I've been asking Republicans over the last couple days, could Trump have been stopped? And I've not heard a single explanation from anybody, given the weakness of the field, given how Trump matched the mood of the party, given the performance that Trump and his team did. I haven't heard anybody give me a scenario that sounds plausible of how Trump could be stopped.
Yeah. I mean, look, once you take the field as set, and then you take the nature of those individuals and how they would choose to compete, unstoppable and inevitable. But I don't think anything's inevitable in politics ever. And it takes away something from Trump's genius in some ways. The genius, the particular kind of genius that got him to where he is today against all odds, to say that it was somehow inevitable or foreordained.
If Romney or Ryan had run, would they would have beaten him?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. I really don't know. In this climate, but again, just to give Trump credit, you know, you don't have to like any of his policies or anything else to acknowledge the fact that he seized a moment. He understood the ways in which the Republican Party had changed. He read the electorate acutely, and he developed a message that resonated with millions of Republicans that no one else did nearly as effectively as he did. And maybe he could have been stopped, but you got to take your hat off to him in that sense. And I don't think there's anything like that was inevitable about something this unlikely.
If you made a list of all the things you want in a presidential candidate, successful presidential candidate, Trump basically was first or second in every category. He was the best candidate with the best message. And as I said from the beginning, I'll say it again as we close out the Republican nomination fight. This was not the best field that either party had put forward in a generation. It was the most overrated. There was not one person in this field who performed under their skill level. They all performed, I thought, pretty close to their skill level. None of them were this match for Donald Trump.
Well, I'll challenge you on one thing, and I'm not sure that maybe you won't even disagree with this, but there's one area in which I think there is something you want from a presidential candidate that Trump did not exhibit, which is policy expertise, policy innovation. He was not first, second, third, or fourth in that era.
Yeah, I'll say this. Name any idea put forward by any other candidate. They may be more steeped in policy, but none of them presented ideas that caught on with the public.
Oh, that's 100% true. But that 100% true, and that speaks, as you say, correctly to the weakness of the field. But Trump was lacking there. But I think what he understood was that what his audience and the Republican electorate wanted in this cycle was not innovation in policy, new ideas. What they wanted was someone who understood their sense of grievance about how screwed up the Republican Party and the political system more broadly is.